Look at this freaking tuner here. We got this full-blown tuner, Arctic tuner. Here he is inside his little igloo there.
Oh,
nice.
All right.
Yeah. All right, guys. So this is just Tatum, and this is ripping a fit out of a snowbank. I guess before we show you guys what this is, first we're gonna let the little igloo de-thaw, and we'll cut back in the morning. And Marcel is gonna take you through a journey on this wee little four-wheel igloo.
What is going on, guys? It's your boy Marcello. We are at the Suvi Sanctuary. We have a special project today. Our Honda Fit for my boy Chris. This car has been sitting for a long time. He's been a really good friend to me. So like about a year and a half ago, we took this car in at my old shop. We were gonna do like a whole wide body and everything for this car. And we ended up finding this really cool aftermarket wide body kit for it that was going for really cheap, and to be honest with you, for the price it wasn't half bad. Obviously needs a lot of tweaks, but again, like I've seen worse. It's going to be our Import Fest 2024 build, that's for sure, and I hope when Chris comes to pick this car up, he's going to be very happy. So first step, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get the front bumper off. It's only held in by some zip ties. We have to shave down some areas on this bumper to make it fit a little bit better. And then obviously there's gonna have to be some Bondo and filler work eventually. This is a USDM fit. This is a JDM kit for the fit. So we had to do a lot of modifications, which means no crash bar. We had to make some notches in the front brace frame for the headlights. These headlights aren't USDM, they're JDM because they don't fit with the fenders or the bumper, which means the entire headlight is about 2.5 inches shorter. Let's focus on the front bumper right now though. We gotta shave some areas with the areas I painted. I think now we want to move on to creating little brackets here, 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 and here. That way we can attach our bumpers from these 4 holes with probably like little clips. The rest of the kit is pretty much kind of almost done. The rear is actually molded to the car. A year and a half ago, we started this project at a different shop, and I did all this, basically what you see there. This is my first time ever molding anything. The bumper, it almost looks like the rear mold here goes over the bumper, which it actually does, and it makes it seem like you can't take the bumper off, but the bumper does come off. It's actually super cool. You kind of just slip it out. The bumper is already kind of mounted in the right place, so we don't have to do any like adjusting here either. The front fenders, I did mark some areas that need to be shaven down a little bit more trimming up here for our C-Bond carbon hood, but again, not too hectic. I think once we figure out this front bumper, we get it where we want to see it, we figure out this headlight situation as well, the car will be pretty much ready to start prepping it. We're not going to reveal the color. Something I've chosen, the cool thing about this project is that Chris has allowed me to take full creative responsibility. So I was the one to choose the rims. They're actually really cool. They're like replica old Porsche wheels. So we have our metal brackets all welded in the right spots, and we have our push clips pushed in. The bumper is on, and it is sitting better than what it was before. As you can see, this side matches up pretty decently. Obviously some touch-ups. This side was always a little wonky, but it's much better than what it was. Sides line up a lot better as well. It'll all be manipulated when we tighten like the screws here. There's no screws in between here yet. So I'm happy with some progress we're getting in the front end. Have to focus on this corner here a lot more. Yeah, we still got some small shaving to do on the fenders. And then once she's all said and done, we're gonna be ready to take it apart and get it ready for prep. So we'll actually end up sanding this down and putting maybe a little bit of filler and continue the body line. Not a big issue, it's a lot better than what it was, and I'm super happy. I can start fine tuning these corners here on these edges. It's definitely not pretty right now. This is the first layer of filler that we put down. We are basically gonna let that sit and dry While that's drying, we're gonna come around here on this side, and then we are going to basically fill this area. It's a little lower than this. We are gonna fill these gaps with a seam sealer. We're not gonna like try to blend it into the body because like it's gonna really ruin the body lines of the vehicle. Seam sealer, fill up the gaps, sand it down, make it flush. That's the way we're gonna go. I think that's the way it's gonna look best. So the entire car here, driver's side, silver parts have been sanded. Fiberglass hasn't been touched yet because we still have to do some minor work to that. I have been tinkering away at the final bits of the front end, making sure our custom fender body lines that we made are all smooth with Bondo on top of them. This one's pretty much done. I just put some fresh Bondo here because there's a little bit of a dip. I'm gonna take care of that arch. And then both sides of the front bumper that meet the fender are pretty much taken care of now. Once I finish up all this, I'm gonna put everything back on the car, mock it up, make sure it lines up the way I wanna see it as 100% confirmation. I've actually Bondo filled the divots of where screws were that were holding on this panel with the panel bond while it was drying, and they actually kind of caved in a little bit on the fiberglass. So just putting some body filler to fill it all out. Another thing we did today is we installed the hood pins. Yes, that's right. Latches there, quick release, and that's it. They literally just snap in just like that. Boom, boom. So now we have our hood latch situation out of the way. It's looking spicy, it's looking spicy. As you can see, we put some body filler now to kind of help the shape. It's not like 1,000,000,000%, but at the end of the day, I can't go too deep or else I'll just run out of fiberglass, even though I did fill in. This side is actually really, really close and really nice. We've also gone ahead on the passenger side here, sanded down all of the panel bond, and then we're gonna run a nice line of body filler here. We have this patch here to sand down still. Then we're gonna put the side skirts on, make sure this is the final mock-up, make sure it fits. With the Honda Fit, yes, we have it outside of the shop. It is almost ready to be in the paint booth for its first epoxy primer. We are just gonna blow the car off, wipe it down obviously before it goes into the booth. We have two small minor things before that happens as well. We need to adjust the front doors, just tilt them a little bit, so I'm gonna need Dylan's assistance for that. Can't wait to see what it's gonna look like after the primer stage. The last video you saw us rolling it out of the shop and getting it prepped for the paint booth. We have sprayed the epoxy primer on and it looks amazing.